Hi everyone, welcome to Java Express channel. Today we are going to discuss real-time microservices architecture, and let me show you which type of Spring Cloud libraries we will use in order to develop a web application or distributed application. Okay, we are going to conduct a workshop on coming Feb 4th and Feb 5th, and the registration link we are providing in the description box. Okay, if you see, just if you want to enroll, you can enroll. And guys, please like and share this video and support our channel for the more updates, guys. So quickly let me show you which type of libraries we will be use as part of our project development, guys. So first we are going to discuss about what is monolithic architecture and what is microservice architecture, and what are the differences between the monolithic versus microservices. This is the first point we are going to discuss, and we'll see some use case. We'll take one use case, and based on that use case we will be implement all these libraries what are you are able to see here: discovery server, fiend client, a gateway routing, and a security. One of the most interesting topic is microservices security. Lot of people are asking how we can provide security to our microservices, how you can authenticate, how you can authorize for your microservices, in what approach we need to choose. And we are going to take a distributed tracing with the help of the Spring Sleuth and Jipkin UI and circuit breaker patterns. If you have hundreds of microservice, if one microservice is down, how you can handle this kind of we can implement using resilience 4J patterns and centralized configuration. Here we are using JWT OpenID with the help of an identity provider called Keycloak. This is we can call as a authentication server, and we can provide the security. And most interesting topic is a event driven microservices with the help of the Apache Kafka. And we will be sharing a material and interview guide also to everyone. If you want to enroll this workshop, guys, here in the bottom there is a registration link, enroll underscore microservices. The link available in the description box also, guys. The description box also it is available. Now let me quickly show you the complete architecture, then I will be explain you what are the modules we are going to discuss as part of the project development. We will not learn not individual topics, guys. All topics were included, and we will be develop yes a project to you guys in this 2 days workshop. Okay, and see, as a user, when you hit any URL, suppose it can be a client application, the client want to access our microservices, your accounts, cards, loans, notif. We have a lot of services we have internally. We can call these are all called as a in-premises microservices here. So outside, assume that this is kind of a bank application. Now we have a Flipkart want to access, okay, your bank application, then he need to send a request via gateway. This is called a entry point for our complete microservices architecture. This is a entry point in the real time. If you take any application, API gateway is a very important point to enter inside it, to communicate with our services here. So this first we need to authenticate yourself. The request is coming from the Flipkart or Amazon or Mintra, we don't know, right? So those clients first need to register in our auth server. Here we can call as a key clock. This key clock is a identity server. Let me show you guys. No, this is a kind of a key clock here. It is a open source. See, open source identity and access management, how you can authenticate and authorize. This key clock is providing lot of inbuilt features, and a single sign-on is providing social login, user federation, admin console. So many advantages we have using key clock here. Nowadays, everyone is using. In the market, we have lot of, okay, regarding identity providers. Now, as part of our use case, Okay, we will be register our clients to our key clock mechanism, and through gateway I will be authenticate. After authentication is successful, you will get some kind of an access token. By using this access token, I can communicate to your accounts service. We are developing 3 microservices, 4 microservices: accounts, cards, loans, and notification. It's kind of a individual microservices initially as part of our development stage. So once we developed these 4 individual microservices, in microservices pattern, we need to use individual databases, individual business logic. Every project is a independent here. So what we are going to take in our use case, accounts microservice, I want to communicate to Mongo database here, and a cards microservice, I want to communicate to MySQL database, and a loans service, I want to communicate to the H2 database. This is kind of a embedded database. That is up to you. Based on your use case, you can use a Postgres, whichever database you are comfortable. Now, once we develop these services, there is a chance of the communication between these two services here. And if you see all these microservices, I want to register kind of a discovery server. That is, if you see here, even I need to provide a security for the discovery server, config server. Wherever you are seeing the symbols of key icon, these are all kind of authenticated. Without authentication, I cannot access my service. That authentication happening through our API gateway level. So gateway will send request to the accounts with the help of a Mongo. We will be create some user account or customer, and by using the customer, the same customer. Now suppose when you go to the bank, you will have some customer ID, right? That customer ID, you created an account. Maybe after a few days you want to create a credit card. You may apply a credit card here. You can apply the credit card here also. For the same, customer ID will be there, unique card number will be there. Now again, the card service, I want to show you couple of libraries called a synchronous communication and asynchronous communication. So to make a synchronous communication, basically in the RESTful services, we are going to discuss about a REST template. But here we need to use called a library called as a Fiend client communication here. If you see here, there is a Fiend client. All our microservices need to register into the Eureka server and Eureka client here by using this is a discovery server. Okay, and asynchronous communication, this is kind of a event driven microservice. One microservice will act as a producer, another microservice will act as a consumer here. So this producer will send whenever who is a customer created a credit card, that customer information I want to send via asynchronous communication to my notification service here. We can develop the architecture in the multiple ways. I am following this architecture as a real time where we can include all the libraries here. And here, if one microservice is down, how you can handle the data by using a resilience patterns, we are going to discuss as a circuit breaker pattern here. If suppose when you make a request, I need accounts data and cards data and the loans data, but by mistake your card service is completely down, then how you can handle this communication? Okay, without stopping your request, we are using as a resilience 4j pattern called circuit breaker here. And then here 3 individual databases and Eureka server, and we can call as a Fiend client here, and event driven we are using Kafka system, and to support fault isolation we are using circuit breaker pattern here. Apart from that, if you have all these services, I want to load these configurations from centralized configuration where we can import in the GitHub, where in the Git I will be store all our microservices configuration, that we can call as a centralized configuration here. Okay, where we are using the auth server, and to make, when you make a request to the gateway will travel all the services. But how you, maybe millions of users can access your application, but how you can track it? That kind of tracking we are using called as a distributed tracing and a spring sleuth mechanism. We are going to use this architecture development here. Guys, this is workshop for the 2 days workshop, Feb 4th and Feb 5th. If you want to use this opportunity within 2 days, we will give a video access, and this is the registration link, guys. Okay, and if you need on time updates, guys, you can subscribe our channel. Okay, don't forget to like and comment so that it will reach to more network in your network and your friends. If you want to get on time updates every day, we are uploading couple of videos in our channel, and we are updating the Telegram group, guys. We are on the social media, Telegram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you are comfortable, just you can join. Now I recommend to use a Telegram group here, guys. So if you have any questions, you can contact our admin team. You can ping to this WhatsApp number, and this is the registration link available in the description box, guys. Okay, so thank you guys, all the best. Okay, we'll catch up in the next time. Thank you.